Welcome to the Referrals Podcast, the show designed to help everyone from the solopreneur to the Fortune 500 company win the referral game. If you want to build a company with an army of ambassadors and raving fans who speak highly of you and refer you willingly, you are in the right place. And now, here is your host, Michael J. Maher.
Hey, Referrals Podcast listeners. This is Sherry Maher, the producer for Referrals Podcast. And Michael and I and the rest of the team are busy getting ready again for Referral Mastery Summit. Our original summit was delayed thanks to Hurricane Ian. So when it came through Orlando, Florida, it would have come right through in the middle of our conference. So we rescheduled the event to December 13th through the 15th. P.S. We have a handful of tickets left, and I literally mean a handful. So if you are interested, just email support@referco.com to check for availability on that. But anyway, we are actively getting ready for the conference, and I was going back through some of the conference recordings from the last couple of years when we did the summit virtually, and there was a session that Michael did in last year's summit that went over very well. And we've never shared it before other than if you attended the virtual summit last year. But it's so good. I wanted to share. And anyway, enjoy today's Referrals Podcast.
I want you to know a few things about how to take your business to the next level when it comes to referrals. What I want to cover right now is 15 ways that you can rev up your referrals with events. We all know with COVID, the quarantine, everything that's going on, listen, we have to be careful with how we do events. There's virtual events, there's grand giveaways that have been talked about. You can do pickup parties, and then you've got the live events. I'm telling you, all four of those need to be part of your arsenal. You need to be able to do all four of those at a very high level. And guess what? They're all four types of events that will help you get referrals. Here's the thing. No matter what type of an event that you're going to throw, I've got 15 ways you can take it to the next level. You ready for this? Get your notebook ready. Get yourself ready. It's going to go very, very, very fast. Here we go. Number one, the first rule of client appreciation events is, you guys have heard this before with the Fight Club, right? What's the number one rule of Fight Club? Don't talk about Fight Club. The number one rule of client appreciation events is don't call it a client appreciation event. Do not call your events client appreciation events. First of all, they're not all clients. Who do you want to attend? You want influencers. You want successful people. You don't want to just narrow this down to client appreciation events. Here's the other thing. I'm telling you right now, RESPA would really prefer that you do friends and family events. They would really prefer that you do barks and brews. They would really prefer that you just did personal events. And guess what? If some clients happen to go, then they go. The first rule of client appreciation events is don't call it a client appreciation event. Just call it whatever it is. If it's movie night, it's movie night. If it's barks and brews, I love that name, then do it. If it's brews and barbecue, do brews and barbecue. If it's I love you latte, do I love you latte or we love you latte. If it is, it could be a number of names, but just don't call it a client appreciation event. Number two is, how do you decide which type of event to do? Too often we're sitting around, it's like, oh, I think I want to do this event or I want to do this event. I'm not sure what event to do. Well, we need to remember Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Remember that show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? When you were stuck and you were a guest on that show, you could do three things as a lifeline. You had three lifelines, and one of them was 50-50. That's the first thing that we want to do. Out of all the choices in the world for your event, narrow it down to two or three. So, for instance, you could say, I'm thinking about doing an I love you latte or a happy hour, maybe at a bar. So those are your two choices that you're going to narrow it down for the next step, which is phone a friend. You're going to phone 5, 6, maybe 10 friends and ask them, hey, listen, if I did an I love you latte coffee between 3 and 5 p.m., or I did a happy hour at a bar, which are you more likely to attend? Which are you more likely to bring a friend to? And then take your survey and find out what your friends. And if more of your friends want to do a happy hour, then guess what? You want to do the happy hour. But also, you can also go to Facebook, or if you have a Facebook group, go to the Facebook group and put it out there. I'm thinking about doing an I love you latte or doing a happy hour. Which are you more likely to attend and bring a friend to? They're going to give you those answers, and you have now polled the audience. I can tell you that this is one of the best ways to figure out what to do for your database is to poll the audience. Ask them through an email. Send an email out to all of them and say, hey, here's what we're thinking about doing. They give you feedback, but I want you to know, when they give you feedback, they're giving more than that. They're actually taking ownership of the event as well. And if they say they're more likely to attend a happy hour and then you have a happy hour, guess what? They're more likely to attend your happy hour because it was their idea to have a happy hour. There's so much power in this strategy. I don't have time to cover it now. But the bottom line is, remember, who wants to be a millionaire when you're thinking about what events you're going to do? Number 3 is you are going to remember this forever, and that is you be you. You be you. I'm telling you right now, do events you love. When you narrow it down, don't necessarily do events that you know your database would love or you whatever, but I'm going to give you an example. Is one of our coaching clients, you've heard him speak, his name's Neil Smith. Neil was like really struggling with the virtual events. He didn't want to do a virtual bingo. He didn't want to do a virtual scavenger hunt. He didn't want to do, some of these things that virtual s'mores party, but he came across this, all right, I want to do a cooking event. And he had a chef, and he had he did wine pairing with the food that was made, and he found his niche. He found something he was really excited and passionate about. Well, his database saw him excited and passionate about it. They became excited and passionate about it, and he had a phenomenal event and got referrals. You be you. Do the events you love so that the people around you can circle around you and see you in this light. I'm telling you, don't do a movie that you're not going to enjoy. If you're going to do a movie that you would enjoy as well. If you do a kids movie, make sure it's one that you would enjoy to watch as well. Whatever it may be, make sure it's something you're going to enjoy, because guess what? If you enjoy it, they'll enjoy it more. So do events you love. Also, number 4, this is a good one. I know we got to talk about, insurance, stuff like that. But we've discovered that one of the best places you can get help on your events when it comes to the legalities and insurance is eventhelper.com. Get event insurance. It's very, very inexpensive, and it could save you a lot of headaches later. It's very inexpensive. Make it happen. Make sure you go to eventhelper.com, get the insurance that they sell or provide, and make sure that you're protected when it comes to your events. Also, you got to do this. It's the generosity generation. Partner with a charity or a nonprofit during your event. Such an awesome deal anyway. You're helping out the charity. I'm going to tell you the business sense and business side of this is that when you help a charity, people see that and they want to work with you because they know if they spend a little bit of money with you, you're also taking some of that money and doing a lot of good with it. So there will literally be clients who choose you because of the charity aspect of your business. So guess what? Partner with a charity or nonprofit. Here's the other thing on that, is that if you, let's say you do blankets. If you have an event and you say, hey, listen, pick up a pie, drop off a blanket. Let's say 200 people come to your pie day. They drop off 100 blankets. Those 100 blankets, you give them to pets or vets or homeless, whatever it may be. Here's the thing. How many of those blankets did you provide? The answer is 0. How much did it cost you to provide the 100 blankets? The answer is 0. The people who donated them wanted to help anyway. And here's the thing. Who assembled though? Who was the influencer who did the world a good? It was you. So the fact of the matter is, it doesn't cost you any time or money and very little effort to add a charity or nonprofit to your event, and yet you're doing a world of good and you make yourself more referable. It's that easy. Now, number 6 is partner with sponsors. Make sure that you are partnering with sponsors. This is one of those things, I swear, I have no idea why people have trouble having sponsors with their event. Is there are people, professionals, who would love to, number one, get your endorsement in front of your people, but also they would love to contribute $100, $200, $500, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $25,000 to get in front of the right people at an event. They don't have the capacity or the resources to do their own event, and here you are, you're having an event, inviting all these people that are captive to the moment, and guess what? Partner with sponsors. You're also giving a great opportunity for them to tell their databases maybe about it, and as you know from the way that we do Event Mastery, please check out eventmasteryclass.com, but also you're going to generate leads for those businesses. You might even generate referrals for those businesses because of the referral system that we have in place with Event Mastery Class. Partner with sponsors. What if you could make money, making money, and it was 100% legal? How do you make money making money? Well, here's the thing. You make money on the event. What if you hosted an event and made $1,000? Would you have more events? Yes, you would. Here's the other thing. What if you made $1,000 and you also got 10 referrals that's going to maybe pay you $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 down the road? Making money, making money. Here's the other beauty of this, is you're making money, helping others make money. So you're also generating those leads and referrals for your business partners and your sponsors. It's a beautiful thing. Why aren't you doing that? Do it. Partner with sponsors. Make it happen. Number 7 is we've got to remember that the power is in the invitation. Don't be shy with invitations. I'm going to let you know right now, there are people who will never attend your events, but because of your invitation, they will refer you. I'm going to repeat that. There are people who will never attend your events, and yet, because they got the invitation, they will refer you. They will talk positively about you because they were invited. Remember, the worst thing in the world, not being invited. The best thing in the world, being invited. So use the power of the invitation. Invite freely. Invite everybody you know to your All Yaps. Invite all the top people you know to each one of your events for your Top Yap. Make it happen. Be really good at creating an invitation. And just so you know, within Event Mastery Class, one of the sessions is the Invitation Mastery. It happens to be one of my favorites because I pour a lot of my marketing and communications knowledge into one piece of paper. So that's pretty cool. So you can check that out at eventmasteryclass.com. Now, kill the flyer. No more flyers with your event. Don't have flyers up at your event. No more. Don't even use the word flyer ever again in your life. Don't use the word brochure or flyer. From now on, I want you to think in terms of marketing with invitations. If you're doing an open house, don't just say what's going on about the house. Invite them to a private one-on-one showing, or invite them to the open house event or the open house extravaganza that you're having from 1 to 3 p.m. on Sunday. Whatever it may be, this was one little tweak that I made to my marketing way back when, and we went from 87 transactions to 187 transactions in 1 year just because of this change in mindset from marketing to people to inviting people into my world. So no more marketing to strangers. Let's communicate with friends. No more marketing to strangers. Communicate with friends, and just make them a friend before you even know them. Communicate with friends. And remember, on your invitations, use the word RSVP ASAP. RSVP means, you know what, you should let me know you're going to go. You should let me know if you're not going to come, but it means communication. And then ASAP is the sense of urgency. RSVP ASAP. Let me know as soon as possible if you're attending or not. But it's 8 letters. It's literally RSVP, ASAP, and it says everything you want. So guess what? It fits on so many different pieces, so many different invitations, so well. Remember the phrase RSVP, ASAP. Number 9, have a registration table. So you've got the pickup party for the pies, have a registration table or a table set out to where people have to funnel their energy and you get a chance to take control of the environment. If you are doing an outside pickup party, make sure there's that assembly line of love. They come in, the cars come in, the cars stop at kind of a registration table type of stop, and then they leave and go on. But if there is that assembly line of love, early on in the assembly line, you can give them your door prize entry form. You can give them, a VIP form. Have them fill out some stuff while they're waiting. And then when they get to the registration table, they can give you the blanket. You can give them the pie or the pies, and then they leave. Have a process. But one of the most important things is people wonder, how do I do this? When they first get there, they're a little bit lost mentally. Take control of the process, especially the first step, which is the registration table type of strategy. Once again, I go deeper into that at Event Mastery class, but make sure that you've got a registration table, even if it's just a table for you or a table they stop at if it's the assembly line of love of the cars. Remember that. Same thing with a virtual event. Make sure they come out, it's registration. Give them something to do right in the beginning. Have a registration table. Number 10, have a referral system. It's a 7L referral system, right? 7L system is all about referrals, and guess what? You need to have a referral system. What does that mean? You need a way for them to give you referrals, and gosh, wouldn't it be great if it was documented? Guess what? That's what the door prize system, it's our trademark system, it's copyrighted, it's a beautiful system. Have a door prize. They're going to fill out the door prize entry form. They're going to give you information for your database. They're going to tell you how their experience was or what they're going to say when they refer you. And then you're going to have 3 blanks where they have the opportunity to refer you with no pressure, no awkwardness. They're just going to refer you or not. And guess what? If they don't, it's okay. If they refer you 3, 4, or 5 people, it's also okay. The bottom line is you have to have a referral system. So here's another example where we've incorporated the sponsors into the door prize entry form, which I always believe is a great idea. Please notice at the bottom, you've got the different aspects of, hey, listen, are you thinking of buying or selling, in real estate? Are you, have you ever considered a career? You could grow your team with your door prize entry form. Look at the power of this door prize entry form. Very, very powerful. It also generates leads for, the mortgage professional. It also generates, leads for septic tank inspections. Out of all things, right? And what's funny about this is I know the person who ran this event and did this, there was actually septic tank referrals that came out of this, 2 or 3. How cool is that? And how great are septic tank inspection companies at marketing? They're horrible. They're terrible. But in this case, we're marketing, we're getting referrals for them. It's a beautiful thing. So have a referral system. Number 11 has to happen. Take photos, get videos, take photos, get videos, take tons of photos, and then share them in your Facebook group. Share them back to them. One of the best parties we ever did is we had a NASCAR event, which was go-karts that looked like little NASCAR cars. And there was a big giant racetrack. It was indoors. And we took pictures in the pit stop with their families behind the NASCAR car. Really cool picture. We took all these photos and then we sent it to them with a little bit of our information on there. But the big thing was it was their family photo. I'm telling you, 5-6 years later, I would go to listing appointments. That NASCAR photo was literally on their refrigerator. You could do it for pumpkin patch, you could do it for Santa Claus. You could do it for a number of events where you could actually have those photos be part of their family photos for the things that they do. But the best thing is just take tons of photos and share it on Facebook in your Facebook group, and then ask them to tag themselves or their friends in that Facebook group. It's a beautiful thing. Get tons of videos, take tons of footage. You never know when you could use them. Here's the other thing. When you have photos and videos, you can use those to help promote future events. If you're doing Barks and Brews, wouldn't it be great to see happy people at the Barks and Brews the previous year? 100%. Take photos, get videos, have fun with it, love it. Number 12 is have a series of events. Don't just have one event. You need to have a series of events. If you just have one, you have all this energy, and then it just lulls out. You've missed out on an opportunity because you have momentum. You have momentum. Keep the momentum by having a second event. Keep that momentum by having a third event, and then repeat that process year after year. I'm telling you, this is something I wish I would have implemented so much sooner in my career. I didn't put it in play until the third year. If I would have known this piece of the system the first and second year, we probably would have done twice as many transactions, helped twice as many families. But have a series of events. Don't just have one. Now, number 13 is, remember the kids and remember the pets. I'm just going to repeat that. Remember the kids and the pets. People go gaga over their kids. People go gaga over their pets. That's why I love the Barks and Brews event so much. That's why I love so many things that people are doing with their events, is have an event for the kids, the parents are going to show up. Have an event for the pets, and guess what? The parents are going to show up. The people, the dog owners are going to show up. The cat owners are going to show up. So remember the kids and remember the pets when it comes to your events. Also, the fortune is in the follow-up. That's what I love about our system, is you've got the 2 months of promotion. You have the month to really confirm and do your event, and then you have a month of follow-up. Listen, have the event, you got to do the follow-up. If you're going to have the event, you got to do the follow-up. The follow-up can be as simple as just saying, thank you for letting me know you're not going to make it. Your RSVP regrets, you should call them and thank them. The people who attended, you want them to attend the next one? Remember, what you appreciate appreciates. So if you want them to attend the next one, appreciate them attending this one. And guess what? They'll attend the next one because they know it's going to be appreciated. So remember, the fortune is in the follow-up. And number 15, ladies and gentlemen, all roads lead to your Facebook group. If you don't have a Facebook group for the people you know, for your team, for your network, you're missing out. I'm telling you, one of the best things that we did in 2020 is we finally got our own group, Generosity Generation Group. Join gengen.com. You can check it out. Make sure you're in. I know most of you already are, but for the stragglers and for those of you that are already in, maybe invite one friend. Who's someone you know that's super referable that should be part of the team? Invite them. I would love for you to do that. And remember, for your events, all roads lead to your Facebook group. You're going to take your photos, get your videos, you're going to drop them in the group. People are going to come in to see their photos. They're going to hang out. They're going to ask questions. I absolutely love what some of you are doing with your community groups, your neighbors helping neighbors groups. I love what you're doing with everything with the Facebook groups. Keep growing it. Keep adding to it. Keep spreading the good word. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing awesome. But one thing I want you to remember is your events are going to lead to your Facebook groups, and vice versa. Your Facebook group is going to help grow your events because the invitation becomes quite easy when you post it in your Facebook group and people start to RSVP ASAP. So that's 15 ways to rev up your referrals with events. Number one, first rule of client appreciation events is don't call them client appreciation events. And then who wants to be a millionaire to decide how your event or what your event is going to be? And then you be you. Do events that you love, that you want to participate in, that you enjoy, The great Neil Smith story there. Get event insurance, or at the very least, check out eventhelper.com. If you want referrals, make sure you partner with charities. Making money, you got to partner with sponsors, baby. I love that part of the business. And then the power is in the invitation. Make sure that your invitations are done through a various amount of ways, with email, with text, with Facebook, with handwritten notes. Guess what? The more types of invitation you use, the more people who are going to attend your event. Also, kill the flyers, long live the invite. No more flyers. We're not going to use that word anymore. From now on, we're going to put out invitations. Also, have a registration table, a place for the energy to funnel. Give them a name badge. Have them fill out the door prize entry form and display the door prizes that they're going to win, which encourages them to fill out the door prize entry form. Have a referral system. I don't care how you document the referrals. Just make sure you have a referral system. We have really loved the door prize system that we have trademarked and copyrighted. And then a picture says 1,000 words. A video is 1,000 times 1,000. Make sure you take photos and get videos. And remember, the bottom line here is you want to have a series of events, not just one event. Have a series. And then kids eat free, right? That's how restaurants get the kids and the parents to the restaurant. Remember the kids, remember the pets. Also, the fortune is in the follow-up. Don't have an event without making sure you've got 3 or 4 weeks for follow-up. And last but not least, make sure you've got a Facebook group community where all roads lead to Facebook group, and then your Facebook group is going to lead to IRL, or in real life interactions, called events. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the 15 ways to rev up your referrals with events.